Hey friends! Hey friends, what's up? This is Kat and welcome back to my channel. And yes, I'm using something different today. I feel so fancy like a real vlogger or TikToker, something like that. I am very excited for this video. But before we dive into the haul, I just want to do a quick story time on how everything of this happened. Okay? This all started because of the National Bookstore outlet sale. And if you are a Filipino reader or you live in the Philippines, I am very sure that you are familiar with the ongoing sale of National Bookstore in Cubao, which will happen from March 10 until March 15. So the mechanics of this sale is that you can get 10 books for 100 pesos. It's very enticing kasi 10 books for 100 pesos. Like, that's a really great deal even for a second-hand book, even in book sale. So it was something that I was really interested into going, but I just don't have someone to be with. So that's why nag-iisip ako kung pupunta ba ako o hindi. And then, here comes March 9th. I think it was Thursday nung nag-chat si Gerald sa GC namin ng Filipino Booktubers. He was asking who's going to the NBS outlet sale, blah, blah, blah. So that's when I decided that I'm going to go. However, hindi magtatagpo yung time namin na Gerald. So I asked him to update me about, the titles and if it's worth it because if you don't know, I live in the South, I live in Cavite, and going to Cubao would be a long time of commuting and it will take me hours to go there. So I asked a favor from him to message me if worth it ba or hindi na tumuloy ako on that afternoon. And hindi pa nagme-message si Gerald. Nakita ko na sa National Bookstore na page na sobrang daming tao. Guys, like sobrang haba ng pila. Like, I don't know kung paano nila na kayang pumila ng ganun katagal. And sabi ng ibang mga kalala ko sa social media, as in, sobrang haba na ng pila by noon time, like super duper. And si Gerald, he also posted a video about his experience with the outlet sale, which I'm going to link below because I think it's very helpful. So anyway, long story short, I decided to not pursue. I decided to not go. So instead, I just thought of going to the National Bookstore branches near me. And sa totoo lang, kaya gusto kong pumunta sana ng National Bookstore is because I wanna get local books. Like, I wanna get Filipino books. Yun talaga yung pinaka main reason ko. And feeling ko, hindi ko naman siya makikita doon sa outlet sale. So that is why I just decided to not go through with it, to not push through. So I went to the National Bookstore in Alabang Town Center. If you're familiar, kung taga-South ka, taga-Alabang ka, Cavite, Parañaque, Las Piñas, I think alam niyo tong sinasabi ko. So Alabang Town Center kasi mas madami akong variety of choices. Meron dong National Bookstore, may Power Books which wala na pala, and then my Biblio, and of course there's Fully Booked. So I just thought of going there by myself and look for Filipino books that will interest me. So now let's move on to my book haul, which I'm also going to explain a lot of things. So let's get started. Hindi ko alam kung ba't ganun yung boses ko. So, before tayo pumunta dun sa mga books na nabili ko talaga on that day, I want to share with you some books na hindi ko binili on that day. But these are books that I also got from National Bookstore and books that are published locally and by Filipino authors. So that is why pinagsama-sama ko na silang lahat dito sa video na ito. So anyway, I have here a total of 8 books. Yung 5 books dito, binili ko from the past 2 weeks. And then yung 3 naman, ito yung nabili ko on that day. So let's start first with the first 5 na na-accumulate ko lang for the past 2 weeks. Pag nakita ninyo tong stack ng titles na to, alam nyo na kung ano yung pinaplano kong video in the next few weeks. So, I have here 4 books that are WATTPAD titles. Ito yung reason bakit ako bumabalik-balik ng National Bookstore. So, let's start with the very first one that I've already read, and this is Kiss You by The Cat Who Doesn't Meow. This was published by Bliss Books, and this is a first book in a series. This one, I just finished reading this yesterday or last night, and I'm going to save my review about this on my next video. So kung hindi ka familiar sa book na to, this is a YA romance, and we are following here yung 2 main characters na si Iya at si Jacob, and this is a trope na very common sa Philippine romances wherein yung barkada or best friend ng kuya mo is usually nai-inlove ka simula pagkabata mo. So Iya was 6 years old when she decided that she's going to marry Jacob, who is the best friend of her brother. And meron din itong conflict with the age gap because the story really started when Eo was 16 and Jacob was already 20. So yeah, please watch out for my review of this book, which is very, very soon. Moving on to the next book that I got. This is also a Wattpad story published by Bliss Books, and I haven't started this book yet. This is Girl with the Flow by Zach C. Super pretty ng kanyang cover, as you can see. It's very colorful, tapos parang meron pang line art or something. Alam nyo, wala talaga nag-recommend sa akin ng book na to, but I saw it sa shelf ng National Bookstore. And curious lang ako kasi ang ganda ng cover niya, tsaka ang ganda ng art niya. As far as I could tell, this book will tackle a very heavy issue. According here on the premise on the back, we have here a main character named Nayeli, and she is kind of tired of all the bullshit of the world. And I think yung pinaka na market when it comes to her character is that she's very strong, independent woman, and she's a badass or something like that. So I'm looking forward to read this book, truly. Let's move on to the next one, which I just started earlier today. And this is To Break an Affair by Black Pearl. So this one naman is published by Pop Fiction. As far as I know, this woman named Lorelai or Lorelai. Oh my God, Gilmore Girls. So this woman named Lorelai. So hindi niya gusto itong current stepmom niya na si Antonia. And I don't know if it's because of any mysterious reasons or whatever. But as far as the premise goes, hindi niya gusto itong si Antonia para sa kanyang dad. And then one night, she's going to meet this guy named Rouge Heathcliff. Rue? Hindi ko alam kung ano pronounce yung name niya. Mamimit niya itong guy na to who is apparently a distant relative of her stepmother. There's going to be a lot of mystery according to the synopsis. Meron siyang mga madidiscover. I don't know if it's about the stepmom or her love interest or whatever. Pero I'm so excited kasi I feel like it's going to be a family drama, which usually nakikita natin sa mga Pinoy teleserye. Now, this is going to be the last Wattpad book. This is something na different naman dun sa first three na pinakita ko sa inyo, because this is not a romance book by any means. This is a mystery book that I want to start reading very, very soon, but I don't have the time yet. So this is Project Loki by Akosi Ibarra, and this is published by Psycom. So I think we have 5 books in the series. So far, ito pa lang yung meron ako, and I'm looking forward to this. Anyway, as I've said, this is not a romance. This is a YA murder mystery. The characters in here are going to find something very interesting, and they are still in high school. This one, the last book that I've got from the past 2 weeks, na hindi siya Wattpad story. It's just something that I just bought spontaneously because it really interests me. And this is Paghilo, Mga Tula at Sanaysay by Kim Durla. And this one was published by Life Books. And as you can see dyan sa likod, guys, sabi dyan, may magmamahal pa rin sa akin at may mamahalin pa rin ako hanggang dulo. Like, guys,
Come on, that's so sweet.
so comforting. Oh, by the way, I finished this one last February. Okay, now let's move on to the final 3 books that I have in here. And these are the 3 books that I got from National Bookstore on the day that I was telling you about. So these are not Wattpad stories as far as I know, but they are all locally published, which makes me so, so happy. So let's start first with a book that I got, and this was published by Anvil Publishing, and this is Bola Bola, Cook, Feed, Love, Repeat by Anna Heronga. This is the cover. I've seen this a few times already, I think 2 years ago. Hindi ko maalala kung sino talaga yung pinakaunang beses na nakita ko tong book na to, but I was very interested. If I'm going to be honest, hindi ko talaga alam kung tungkol saan tong kwento na to, but what I know about it is that we have your main character who is a plus size. This book really screams body positivity, positivity on self-image, and that is why I want to read this book. According here, we have here a main character named Thea Balderrama, who is a 220-pound late bloomer, and she believes that she will never meet her mother's incredibly high standards for beauty. Oh my God, will this make me cry? But anyway, looking forward to read this book very, very soon. Okay, next book that I have in here, this one, binili ko siya because I've read a book from this author before. So now, since I've seen a physical copy of her book on National Bookstore, I just knew that I had to get it. So this is Midnights in Bali by Carla de Guzman. So this one, I'm pretty sure this is a romance, but I think it's adult romance. By the way, this is published by Spark Books. Hindi ako sure kung local publisher yan. This says printed in the Philippines and published and exclusively distributed by Anvil Publishing Inc. So yeah, anyway, this one, this is about a girl whose name is Ava, I don't know, Bonifacio, and she is determined to be a lawyer, and then her boyfriend broke up with her, and then she spontaneously booked herself a ticket to Bali, Indonesia, and mamimit niya doon ang isang Scottish traveler who is named Scott McClure. Hindi ko alam kung paano basahin yung last name. Anyway, moving on to our last book of this haul. So this one is, I am pretty sure it's not a romance book because I've seen this book a lot of times before. So this is Team of Bangers at ang estilong trumpo. Kwento ni Bun Lon? Bun Lao. One of the main reasons kung bakit ko to kinuha because it was illustrated by Tori Tadyar, who is the author and illustrator of Sagala, and I love that comics or the graphic novel so much. So what I know is that it is a middle grade book. This book is centered on kids from the orphanage. So we have here a main character named Tala. So anyway, I'm just going to let you know once I read this book so that I would be able to also share my reviews with you guys. So, nagkasya silang lahat sa aking kamay. Anyway, these are all the books that I got for this haul. And as I've said, I'm planning to do reviews and videos for this book. So, if you're interested, of course, just stay tuned on this channel. May baliktad palang libro. Ayan! So, I think I've got everything on the screen right now. And I'm very interested in everything that I'm planning to do for this book. But before we end this video, I am sharing you something. I've been wanting to give these books away, I think a few months back, but I just didn't have the time and, the timing to do so. So now, since I've hauled here some Filipino books, so I thought why not give away some Filipino books as well. So this is partly a celebration of my third anniversary here on BookTube, and I am just like very thankful to everybody. So I am giving away these two books. I am very sorry because I don't have it with me, but these are the titles on your screen right now. These are two books by Jonna XX. I don't know how to pronounce this author's name, but if you are from the Wattpad community, I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with this author. So I'm giving away these two books to two winners. So this was actually kindly sent to me by the publisher during the FRCA in 2022. So I'm just giving it away. So I hope it will get to the right audience. So the only mechanics for you to join this giveaway is to fill up the form on the description box, and all the instructions are going to be there. That's it, guys, for this video. Thank you so much again for watching this. See you again next time, and remember, the world is yours for the reading.